show. Thank you for watching. Please relax. Thank you for joining us here at our home in Hollywood, where I have to say today I am very excited. I am very proud. I'm exhilarated even because from here on, we aren't just following the Donald Trump drama in New York. We are part of it now. We are part of the official record of the people versus Donald Trump. I will explain in a moment, but suffice it to say that when Ryan Murphy makes the 9-part miniseries about this for Fubo, I will be in it. I would assume someone like George Clooney or maybe Chris Hemsworth will be playing me. Guillermo, you will be in it.
I'll be in it. Okay, yeah.
You will be played by Pedro Pascal.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
And the reason why is because the big surprise bombshell today, at least for us, was when prosecutors entered into evidence a series of text messages about our show. Prosecutor shows text between lawyers about Stormy Daniels' appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So back in 2018, Keith Davidson, who's the lawyer who helped Stormy negotiate her hush money deal, was apparently surprised that she was booked to be my guest and concerned about it. So he texted with Trump's lawyer at the time, Michael Cohen, while the show was on the air. They were watching and texting, which is historic. It's the first time, I don't want to brag, but first time a late-night talk show has been introduced into evidence at the criminal trial for a president of the United States. Johnny Carson didn't get that with Nixon. We got it here. Thank you. We had, 6 years ago, we had Stormy on after the State of the Union. I asked her about a letter that she'd released, a letter that said she never had an affair with Trump. I questioned whether she actually signed the letter because the signature looked suspect, and Stormy implied that she hadn't signed the letter, which led to some very angry texts from Trump's lawyer who threatened to rain legal hell on her. And while I was pleased as punch for sure to be included today, I feel like they missed the most important interview I did with Stormy, which was this. Which of these mushrooms, orange mushrooms, would most represent the commander-in-chief of the United States military?
Can you hold it up so it's coming at me at the correct angle?
Yes. They might fall off, though. Oh! Is this the one?
It's a nubbin! A what? It's a nubbin! It's a little nubbin!
So, for real, like, this is not, you're not just picking one of the small... Okay, well, this is not even the smallest one, but
no.
This is it, huh?
It's the most accurate depiction, yes.
Wow. Well, you know, that's... If you're looking at... Johnny Cochran would use that. I mean, if the mushroom fits, you know what I'm saying? This is why I need to be in court. I'm sick of being out of the court. I want to be in it. Why was I not asked to testify? It's outrageous. I'm going to start suing people. I don't know. And I think I could keep Trump awake during the trial. One of the unexpected delights of this trial so far is that Trump has to sit there while his own lawyers read insulting posts about him, like this.
I apologize for this update ahead of time.
Oh, boy.
But Todd Blanche, the Trump attorney, is specifically reading a post that Michael Cohen made on Twitter on April 22nd, in which he refers to Donald Trump as Von Schitzenpants. That is just a factual record that I am bringing before you. This is in the court transcript. Von Schitzenpants.
And then Trump has to sit there and listen to this. I think what Cohen was trying to say is Trump is a well-soiled machine. This also had to be a punch in the gut. You know, Trump has been encouraging his people in New York to come to the courthouse to support him. This is what he got. After large rallies, Trump is greeted at courthouse by a single fan. And before I share a video of that fan, I'd like you to close your eyes and try to imagine the one person in New York who showed up to cheer on Donald Trump, okay? Got it? All right, now open your eyes. That's her. There you go. That's his special lady right there. I'm sure he'll be inviting her to spend the weekend in Mar-a-Lago. Maybe she'll even be his fourth wife. I don't know, but our founding father would appear to be very upset about reports that say he's been sleeping during the trial. Today he posted, contrary to the fake news media, I don't fall asleep during the crooked DA's witch hunt, especially not today. I simply close my beautiful blue eyes sometimes, listen intensely, and take it all in. Right. I'm just grooving, man. Chill out. Whether Trump is falling asleep or not, one thing is for sure. The courtroom sketch artist hates him. Absolutely. She turned him into the hunchback of Notre Dame. It's like his tongue is about to shoot out and get a fly on it. I almost feel bad for Trump's lawyers. Not only is he a stubborn mule who definitely isn't going to pay them when he loses, he's also, I don't know how dumb he thinks the people who support him are, but pretty dumb, because today he tried to float the idea that because of the gag order, he's not allowed to testify.
I'm not allowed to testify. I'm under a gag order. I guess. I can't even testify on that. I'm not allowed to testify because this judge, who's totally conflicted, has me under an unconstitutional gag order. Nobody's ever had that before.
Yeah, nobody still has had it because you just made it up. It's obviously he can testify. He just doesn't want to, because if he does, he'll be eating little containers of creamed corn in prison. But a gag order has nothing to do with whether he can testify. And watch his lawyer here. Watch again, because this guy is so scared of Dopey McRopey, he has to go pretend that this nonsense is true.
I'm not allowed to testify. I'm under a gag order. I guess. I can't even testify on that.
Right. You're under a gag order. You're not. Please do not testify. Please do not ever speak again in my presence. A gag order has nothing to do with whether or not a defendant can testify. It has to do with whether he can threaten and manipulate witnesses outside of court. But he knows that. He can now make up any nonsense he wants, and the magaronis just eat it up.
And I know you'll be extremely happy to know that the new Biden policy is to let men into every girl's bathroom. That sounds reasonable. Every bathroom, every locker room, ladies, get ready because the men are coming in.
That's right. Just like he did at the Miss Teen USA pageant. Smelvis had shows in Washington, and Wisconsin, and Michigan yesterday where he fired up the crowd, telling them everything is a disaster and America is dead. You know, he rambles on, but sometimes he says something he likes so much he feels the need to write it down.
I gotta get a pen. Let's go. Yeah, good. Just throw it up there. Give me a pen, please. You think Biden can bend down like that? I don't think so.
Is that where we're setting the bar for the presidency now? Can you pick up a pen? This is literally something they ask you to do on a field sobriety test. I bet that'll become part of the show. You guys want to see me pick up a pen? I said, who wants to see me pick up a pen? You know, one thing about Trump, he takes great pride in delivering his nonsense off the cuff. He's very critical of anyone who uses a teleprompter.
There are always teleprompters. You know, I always say, take down the teleprompters.
Sort of funny to watch Joe Biden getting up and reading a teleprompter. He wouldn't even think about it. No, he's more worried about, does he have a teleprompter?
He's going to need a teleprompter, and let's see if they do it.
You have a teleprompter. You don't use it. You kind of wing it in your live events.
I mean, I'm watching what they're doing with Biden, where he's using teleprompters. No, unlike Joe, I have not looked at the teleprompter. He's always using a teleprompter.
He only speaks with a teleprompter because that's the way it is.
The guy can't speak without the teleprompter. It's lucky I don't need teleprompters like Sleepy Joe. Anybody that watches what I do at rallies would say, wow, that's amazing. He can go 2 hours without a teleprompter, not making even a little mistake. Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter?
I think any president candidate that runs should not be allowed to use a teleprompter.
All right, so then yesterday in Michigan, guess who had a little fit because his teleprompter was askew?
It's good that I have a good memory. You know why? Because this teleprompter is facing you, not facing. These teleprompters are just gonzo, folks. They're gonzo. I hate to use the word folks. Cross out the word folks. You ever hear Biden? Every other word is folks. Okay, folks. It's like a nervous habit. I don't use the word folks.
That's right. He has no folks left to give. But he doesn't use a teleprompter. That's the important thing. Trump gave us a lot to digest on the campaign trail yesterday, so we slowed him down to half speed for another water pressure edition of Drunk Donald Trump.
Darling, I have beautiful hair, but I can't do anything because in the shower the water doesn't come out. Darling, I want to get out of this house. I hate it.
That's why he rarely bathes. In Arizona, the state Senate finally voted to repeal their antiquated abortion law from 1864. Governor Katie Hobbs signed the official paperwork to repeal the law. Once the repeal goes into effect, abortion in Arizona will be allowed, but only before 15 weeks and with no exceptions for rape or incest, which is progress. It's progress from 1864 to 1964, but it's progress. The bill to repeal passed 16 to 14. Every Democrat and 2 Republicans voted for it. The Republicans who voted for it were Shauna Bollock, who shared a story about her own pregnancy before attacking Democrats and Planned Parenthood, and T.J. Shope, who, interesting, is actually 2 kids in a suit and a cowboy hat. So congratulations to women in Arizona. Maybe next year they'll let you drive. And then we have the soon-to-be former governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, who will forever, for the rest of her life, be known as the woman who shot her dog and bragged about it. She told this story about killing her dog Cricket in her forthcoming memoir and was immediately denounced by both parties. So Noem went on Hannity last night to do damage control. And turns out, you know whose fault this is? The fake news.
Well, Sean, you know how the fake news works. They leave out some or most of the facts of a story. They put the worst spin on it. And that's what's happened in this case. I hope people really do buy this book and they find out the truth of this story.
They put the worst spin on it. You dragged a 14-month-old puppy to a gravel pit, shot it in the head, and then told everybody. You wrote it in your book. That's not spinning. That's reading.
The reason it's in the book is because this book is filled with tough, challenging decisions that I've had to make throughout my life. And I hope that people understand from this that what the point of this story is that most politicians, they will run from the truth. They will shy away and hide from making tough decisions. I don't do either of those.
No. What I do is I shoot puppies. And if I have to eat some kittens, I'll do that too, Sean. Okay. And one more thing, because I know, I feel like we lose the audience a little bit when we talk about the fact that she really did shoot the dog, okay? Didn't make that up. Just finding out? All right, thanks for watching. One more thing before we forge ahead. It is Thursday night. That means it's time to bleep and blur the big TV moments of the week. It's time for This Week in Unnecessary Censorship.
Now we have Team Jeffries and the Democrats coming out. Mike Johnson with a warm and a big, wet, sloppy.
The moral of the story is you're never too old to fuck.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is on the defense after strong backlash about a story of the governor her dog.
Let's bring in CNN's Daniel Dale, our resident who will lay down some facts here, some hard.
And Jenna. How about this? Are we No, you don't ask that. You just go. Are we?
My vice president actually me.
We were in this robot in under a year since I incorporated the company.
This robot is my.
I may not even be able to handle this.
I don't think you can get your mouth around it.
If you're not going to the black, well, then you're a racist, aren't you? Yes.
I call myself a housewife and a hustler because I'm a housewife and I a lot of dick.